Hi everyone, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, and I'm doing a reading for fire signs for the week of August 27th, 2018. Thanks for joining me. So we will start with Aries. Okay, so this card cracks me up in this deck because doesn't it kind of look like this guy is checking her out her backside? Anyway, this is the wish card. So it's a very fortuitous card, and just be careful for creepers in stores, I guess. I don't know. But we know what he wishes for, I guess. All right. Okay, stop it, Jen. So when the wish card comes up, it's good fortune. It means something you've been hoping for, wishing for will come true this week. It always has a little bit of a caveat, just to make sure that you're open to having things come about that you've hoped for and dreamed about and wished for, but that they could be in a little bit different way than you envisioned, and then not to miss them because they don't look exactly the way you wanted them to. So for example, if you've been hoping to meet someone, don't be careful not to miss it because the person isn't your typical type, or you are so focused on meeting someone, like say maybe you're doing online dating, and so all your energy about dating is into that app or that website you're using, that you miss meeting someone when you're like out with friends or something, because you're like you spend the whole time like talking about or swiping and looking at the app you're on, that you don't talk to the guy right next to you or something like that. It's going to be sort of like a chill week, a healing week. If you are dating someone, I'm talking about dating because I got a comment that people are really interested in love and not a whole hell of a lot else in these readings. I don't believe that, but I am going to try to definitely talk about love with each spread as well as other things. I do feel like those of you who are dating, it's going to be a Netflix and chill type week where you guys stay in a lot. Maybe I could just see you getting like really snuggly, and like you're entering, for those of you who have already been dating someone, like you're entering a phase where you just really want to just be alone together. I'm saying that because we have the Four of Swords, which is just a really like meditative and healing energy, and the Hermit. Now for others of you, you're going to want to spend some time alone. Like maybe you've realized that you've been seeing someone and you've been spending way too much time together, that you've been neglecting your friends, or you just really need to like be home alone in your own space. So that doesn't, sometimes that can worry people in a relationship. Like, why do they want to be away from me? Why do they want their time alone? But if things have been going really well, I mean, learning to have your own space and your own life while being a couple, I don't see that as a bad thing. But it can feel a little bit like, why do they want to be away from me? Why? But maybe it's just like, maybe they have laundry to do. They need to get stuff done, and, need a little bit of alone time to do their own thing. So that's okay. I don't know. Do we want someone that's like constantly around us? Being able to have your own separate time, I think might be a nice thing to cultivate. The bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. So there is an energy of looking at the bigger picture. So looking at lots of times when we're in a relationship, we can really lose touch with our friends, lose touch again with our own hobbies or our own things that we like to do ourselves. And this could be a week where you're taking a step back and saying, okay, how does this relationship, how is it going to fit into my life without taking over my whole life? What kind of boundaries? And again, boundaries instantly, I think, can feel restrictive, but they can be healthy and really help actually improve a relationship. I definitely see some of you doing a lot of, these are some fun cards because they have modern images in it, doing some internet stalking, which, you know, is fine to a point, but it can become, so for any of you who are like, maybe like some guy, but they're just not that into you, maybe they're not, you know, if someone, I think if a guy or girl wants to be with you, they're gonna be with you. Unless you've been seriously dating and everything's going great and they just need some time to get their laundry and get the oil changed in the car and stuff like that, you know, have some time, go see their friends or something, like that's cool. If they're really like saying, hey, I don't want anything serious, I don't want anything to do with you, you have to believe people when they tell you that. Maybe you're like, what are they doing? Really looking at trying to see what they're doing on Facebook or their social media things. You know, like, I just want to caution you not to get too tied into someone. If, you know, they're clearly just not, you're not their only focus. Like, don't let them be your only focus. That's what I want to say. Put your resume out there. Definitely work on your website. Get sort of this would be a week where you get sort of your chores done, pay your bills, the types of things we do electronically now. But I also like, you know, there's some crystals on her desk and there's this triangle, and to me it's saying try to incorporate your spiritual life into every day. So you don't have to have it on your desk, but, you know, bring a crystal to work if you can do that. If there's a lot of negativity in the workplace, you know, maybe bring like a black tourmaline and keep it in your desk, or something. Find ways. I think it will make your everyday life more peaceful if you can find a way to incorporate those types of things into your everyday life. Yeah, it's like you have some projects that you've been procrastinating that you need to that you're going to sort of hole up in your room or your house or in your office and just really take care of stuff. But I think it's going to feel good. I don't think it's going to be, it's like you procrastinated and it's this crazy cram session. But I feel like you're just really, like this week, you're really going to be on top of all your chores and homework and things like that. Okay, so let's move on to Leo. I gotta keep these readings a little briefer. Hey there, Leo. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're doing well. This is for the week of August 27th or 26th, whenever you think the week starts. Okay. The Novice of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Judgment. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. And for me, this is a card that's just like, get out. go out with your friends. If you get an invitation to go out, go to a concert, go to trivia night, go to whatever, definitely get out there. You never know who you're going to meet when you're out and about. Um, it's it's just having like you could have like a really harmonious feeling in the workplace this week, or just really maybe you haven't seen your friends in a while and you're getting together with them. Like if you've been dating someone really seriously, make sure you still make time to get out with your friends. It even looks like they're reminiscing. There's like a um, photo book. People, I don't know if people have those. I remember those. Photo album, picture album. That's what they're called. So go out, have a pint, reminisce with your friends. Don't lose touch with your friends this weekend. You never know when you're out like that who you may meet. There is some sort of decision being made this week. And when judgment shows up, this is a big deal. This is like, it's like seeing, it's like once you know something, you can't unknow it. You can't ignore it anymore. So if any part of your life you've been in denial about something, for some of you, it could be that you were in denial about liking someone. We have this, whenever I see the Knight of Wands, for me, that is my feeling passionate. Like this is like the crush card or the honeymoon period card. If you've been dating someone, you guys just can't stay away from each other. You just want to spend all your time together. Almost a little bit obsessive. But lots of inspiration and passion and things like that, enthusiasm. So it could be a work thing as well, because wands often for me are work cards. So like, and we have the Three of Pentacles, which is definitely a work card. So we have two threes as well. So definitely groups of people this week. But the Judgment card to me is you're going to make some decision. Maybe if you've been seeing someone, you're going to make a decision about whether you really want to get serious with them or not, or if maybe it is just someone that's better suited for a fling. It's interesting. In this card, to me, it depicts a past life regression. So I want to have one. I've never had one of those. I did a past life reading for someone, though, and it blew my mind. Like, I was like, maybe I should offer past life readings, because it just nailed it. So I don't know. I really would like to have a past life regression at some point. This almost looks like she was a witch during the witch trials. So kind of having, it's almost like that realization of like why something triggers you, why you've been afraid to get too serious in relationships. Like I feel like for some of you, you're like getting ready to bolt. Like you've been with someone and you're like, oh, it's getting too serious, getting ready to bolt. Don't listen too much to your friends. Like, listen to what's actually happening with the person in the relationship. And if, they're telling you, I don't want to be serious, or I don't, like, listen to that, or showing you with their actions. Just really look at what's actually happening. Like, do they do what they say they do? And if they are, fantastic. If they don't, maybe you should bolt. You have to really just look at it. Could be someone from work. So I can also see a situation where you're crushing on someone at work, and somehow they organize like everyone going out for drinks, and they show up, and it's sort of the beginning of that. Maybe you've been like, oh, should I date someone from work or not? Like you don't know, but I think you're going to make some sort of decision about that this week. So I don't know what their dating policies. You may want to just look into those so you know what you're getting into. I feel like for some of you, that this is like Mother Maiden Crone, that maybe you're going to get together with some friends. And don't get too hung up on gender. Like if you're a guy, it could be a bunch of guy friends, girl, even though there are a lot of women depicted in this deck. maybe you're all going to decide to like do online dating together or do speed dating or go on a cruise, like a singles cruise. Or maybe all of you are now with someone and you're like, hey, we need to make a plan that we get together at least, once a month, if not more, so we don't lose touch. Like we have to consciously make an effort to do that. What's under here? The Tower. Yeah, for some of you, be careful you don't self-sabotage a new relationship because of a past experience. Maybe you're so afraid that you're going to, like, you think, oh, I'm a strong person. I know better. I saw those red flags, yet I still got into this relationship. How could that have happened? And so now you're gun shy, even though you're like really into someone. You're afraid, you don't trust your own judgment. Okay, thank you. It took me a while. I'm a little slow. So it's okay. You've got this. Get out there. You can trust your own judgment and give it a try again. It's okay. But if it is someone in the workplace, be really thoughtful about that, because if things end badly, then it's at work every day, looking you in the face. So just think about that. Might work out great. Could be a superior too. The Three of Pentacles also depicts like different people in the workplace. So managers, the big boss, the person who's kind of doing the work, and things like that. So also definitely apply for jobs, managerial jobs, even if you don't feel like you have all the experience. You got to start somewhere. No one just starts as a manager. I mean, somewhere was their first job, right? That was a very Vermont, right? All right. Twang to that. Okay, all right, let's move on. Sagittarius, 17th. I'm writing down these timestamps because I don't feel like going back and hearing myself. Hey, Sag, my fellow Saggy Sag. How's it going? So this is a reading for the week of August 27th. I'm going to try to focus a little heavier on love. Someone said, hey, we only really care about love readings, which honestly I don't think is true for everyone. But I will try to make sure I comment on that. Any day now. I'm the impatient tarot card reader. Oh, this one wants to. The moon. So we literally just had the full moon. Is it today the 27th, 26th? Goodness. So we have a decision to make. Also, someone's got our backs. Huh. There's a lot of sort of random cards together for some reason. Lots of times when I put the card down, I'm like, oh, I can see the story. This is kind of like just a bunch of different things, like fragmented things going on. For those of you who have kids, I mean, I just see this as going back to school, like summer vacation is over. This is always the card that says, keep it simple. Don't make things overly complicated. I don't know why we do that, but as humans, we do seem to do it. Keep it simple. Enjoy the small things. Enjoy just sitting outside with your kids while they have a tea party. Don't overcomplicate your life. Some of you may have a car issue. The Chariot, though, for me, is very much... It's kind of they're kind of creepy guys in this deck. Oh, she's talking on her phone. But look at this, though. she's like packed up her you know what and headed out. Like she's moving, she's going somewhere, she's going on a trip. To me it seems like this could be, I mean, this could very easily be a child or yourself going to college and or moving out, moving on, moving to getting your first job, things like that. Yeah, like I almost see this progression like from childhood to adulthood happening, which I mean, it does make sense because this is that time of year. My son goes back to school Tuesday. Um, Bring it like moving your kids into college. It's a time where it's, yeah, it's a like a big transition time. Maybe some of you have decided to break up with, if you are like moving for a new job or going to college or something like that. Um, it's like you want a clean break, a completely fresh start for new people and experiences to come into your life. So I could see some of you maybe making a decision to break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend. But it's very difficult because they've always had your back. But you really did some soul searching. Like you are completely ready for a new phase of life. This is, ultimately a decision card, like using your head, like making a very practical decision, not letting if you think, okay, we're both going off to college, we're 2,000 miles apart, let's, college is a time for new experiences and things like that. I think we should break up, and if it's meant to be, maybe we will come back around again. Or someone that you had done that with at some time, someone from your past coming back. Okay, that could be one too. It could be definitely the opposite thing. Someone you had let go, like it wasn't like a horrible breakup, because I don't really see why. Well, okay, I'm just going to leave my opinion out of it. But just be cautious, if it was a toxic relationship, that you don't invite that back into your life. But if it's like, again, like that scenario, like someone that you stopped dating just because you moved, maybe even as a child, like their family moved away when you were kids, and somehow you're meeting again or something like that. Don't make it too complicated. Like complicated to me would be a long distance relationship. Depending on, where you are in your life, it could work fine if you're older, but if you're again in the middle, like moving to a new city, like it's very exciting and new, like you're a younger person. Whereas I think like me at 47 moving, I'm not gonna, I'm just more settled. Right or wrong, not right, that's not right or wrong, it's just sort of, so if you're kind of a more settled person, then having someone that's remotely isn't quite as much of a big deal. Whereas if you're a young person or you're going out all the time and meeting new people, it might not make sense. You really have to think about that. Definitely when the Chariot comes up, this could be a new job. This is a big victory card. So there was some win. So I can see you like, packing up the box that the paper comes in. Isn't that what we all use when we change jobs, and bringing our personal effects and moving to the new job? It could require a literal move for some of you. And the decision could be, if I move, am I going to have to break up with someone, or, there are other people I need to factor into the situation. Do you know what I just realized? I've been reading this as the Two of Swords this whole time, but it's the Five of Swords. Yeah. There could be a breakup involving, so I'm reading this differently now. it makes more sense, actually. A breakup because of an opportunity for one of you, and it's causing, like, the other person to be like, I have a great job here, I'm not moving, and you're like, well, my great job is somewhere else, and you're just sort of at one of these impasses. It's not even anyone's fault, but just like, well, crap, I guess we have to break up. You know what I mean? It's just sort of like this inevitable um, conclusion to the way, to how this situation is playing out, and you're kind of like, well, geez, like, we didn't plan it that way. But it's not this horrible, I don't see this like horrible breakup. It's kind of like, you know, oh, all right, I guess we have to break up. Which is okay. That's part of, I guess, growing up. All right, so those are just a few of the messages coming through. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing week. Take care. Bye.